What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on Play on GAA with me, Seamus Brady. In this video, we're going to be doing a breakdown of the Limerick versus Tipperary match, which took place in the Munster Hurling Championship of 2022. Limerick winning their third match out of three. They beat Cork, they beat Waterford, now they've beaten Tipperary. It's been a perfect Munster Championship for Limerick and the complete opposite for Tipperary, who get their third defeat in a row. They lost, of course, to Waterford. Then they lost to Clare. Now they've lost to the All-Ireland champions. So let's get into the actual match review, what happened in the game and what we can take from it. But before we do, please like, subscribe, share and comment. It really helps us out. Let's get on with the video. So right at the start of the game, Tipperary came with great passion. We knew that there'd be a little bit of a bounce. The performance against Clare was shocking. Jared Brown got the opening point after 90 seconds, but Darrell Donovan levelled immediately. Tom Morrissey then hit a lovely point from the wing in the 6th minute. This is just going through some highlights. Then in the 7th minute, Diarmuid Burns launched the ball into Aaron Gillane, who got behind Seamus Kennedy, which is a rookie mistake for Seamus Kennedy to make. You cannot let Aaron Gillane get in behind you. Gillane gets up, catches it, buries it. And then in the 10th minute, Jared Brown hit a lovely point, and he did it again in the 20th minute to narrow the gap to 1 point in Limerick's favour. In the 24th minute, Jake Morris finally put Tipperary ahead again. In the 25th minute, there was a goal chance for Tipperary, but Michael Breen was well denied by Nicky Quaid. He was pushed out to the wing to a bit of an angle that was just a little bit too tight, and Breen just couldn't put it past Quaid from that angle. In the 29th minute, Cathal O'Neill hit a lovely point. Of course, he's in for Cian Lynch, who's injured, and that was Limerick's first point in 15 minutes. That was in the 29th minute that O'Neill got that point. They hadn't scored since the 14th minute. So Tipperary had some great success in that period against Limerick. In the 32nd minute, there was a tidy point by Barry Heffernan, and that put them in at halftime in a very good position, Tipperary. But Limerick brought on Seamus Flanagan at halftime. And remember the 2020 championship, Seamus Flanagan was like a cheat code. He'd just come in and he just changed the game every time he came in. He came in the second half. In the 43rd minute, Jake Morris hit a lovely point. In the 45th minute, there was another goal chance. Michael Breen capitalized on a bit of a bizarre mistake by Mike Casey, managed to get a pull on it, and it just went wide past Nicky Quaid's goal. In the 47th minute, Conor Stakelum knocked Sean Finn over the sideline with a very tough, fair shoulder, and the resulting sideline was put over the bar brilliantly by Noel McGrath. That was a massive boost for Tipperary. Then in the 53rd minute, Barry Nash stopped the surge by Tipperary as they got Jake Morris had tagged on another point after the Noel McGrath sideline. Barry Nash checked the momentum with a huge score. Then Tom Morrissey got another one. In the 56th minute, I think this is where, a match-changing moment could have happened. Aaron Gillane, he pulled across Ronan Maher, and his hurl snapped. And the problem is with Aaron Gillane, right? He got a yellow card for it, but he pulled across. Now, Davy Fitzgerald and Anthony Daly and Jackie Tyrrell, they were all saying, no, yellow card is fair there. But I'm like, Aaron Gillane has done this consistently. Aaron Gillane is wild with his pulls. I mean, remember the 2021 Munster final? He should have been sent off in that game. He keeps getting away with it. He broke his hurl across Ronan Maher's shoulder. He pulled up. Like, if you look at the slow replay, his hurl is nowhere near where the ball actually is. And yeah, like it's to be close for me. Like, my first instinct was red card because he's done this so many times. He has to eventually get punished for it, which he has never got. But yeah, I don't know. I can understand if he got a yellow and I can understand if he got a red. But I don't know. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. He got a yellow anyway. And then he went on to have a huge impact on the game, as we'll get to. In the 65th minute, David Reedy finally gave Limerick the lead again, 118 to 20 points. Tipp's resistance was starting to break here. Declan Hannon tagged on another to make it 119 to 20 points. And then Tipp's resilience fully folded here. In the 67th minute, a beautiful pass by Gearóid Hegarty into Seamus Flanagan, who had a wonderful first touch. He sent it across the goal to the substitute Conor Boylan, who actually dropped the pass, but he dropped it across the goal, which brought out the Tipperary goalkeeper Hogan, and then Conor Boylan pulled on it on the ground into the back of the net. A second goal for Limerick, which was followed up 3 minutes later by the aforementioned Aaron Gallan. A long ball into Gallan. He got behind Cathal Barrett, caught it, and goal. 3-21 to 21 points. Robert Byrne hit the final point for Tipperary, and that was that. So what can we really take from this? Like, look, I thought it was a better performance from Tipperary than a lot of people thought. I think when you look at the scoreline, it doesn't really do the game justice. Tipperary were in the game right up until the 65th minute. Then they folded and Limerick got the 2 late goals. I think Gallan's red card incident could have been massive, because if Gallan gets sent off, that could have given all the motivation needed to Tipperary, and it could have really damaged Limerick. But no, look, Limerick probably were the better team. They probably, like, they are the best team in the country. They were the better team on the day, but I think that they did kind of underestimate Tipperary a little bit, and they were nearly caught, but they weren't. Mike Casey at fullback, he looks really, really good. Dan Morrissey at wing back looks really good. Kyle Hayes at full forward now. I mean, like, Limerick just always have a trick up their sleeve. And then, you know, you still have the likes of Cian Lynch to come back. You still have the likes of Peter Casey to come back. So look, Limerick are as strong as they've ever been, and they're getting stronger, which is pretty scary, especially when you consider last year's All-Ireland final performance. As for Tipperary, they were missing some huge guns in this game. They're missing Seamus Callan, they're missing Jason Ford, they're missing Dan McCormack. So for them, putting in a good performance like this is pretty good in this game, because they were right up against it right from the start. They're against the All-Ireland champions without some of their best players. So the fact that they were in the game for so long, I mean, Colin Bonner he'll take some promise from that. They're going into their last game now in Munster, and they're playing against Cork, who've had a bit of a nightmare Munster campaign as well. So that will be an interesting one to see, you know, which side can finish their campaign on a high. Tipperary would not want to finish the Munster campaign with 4 defeats out of 4, regardless of whether they're going through any sort of transition or anything. But yeah, this game doesn't change that much for me. I'm still tipping Limerick to win everything. I think Tip will probably lose that last game to Cork, in my opinion, but it will be interesting to watch anyway. That's my review of this match. It finished Limerick 3-21, Tipperary 22 points. Until the next one, guys, take care.